welcome back to the Super Sensitive Show. I'm so glad to be back in the studio. I was attacked by a devil named COVID, as you could see in my last episode. We're starting off strong again. We're gonna do some painting today. We're here with Ameena Muhammed. Hello.
Oh my God. Hi.
I dragged her here from class.
Yes. That's okay.
And we're like bestiekins now. Tell me a little bit about yourself. Tell me about what you do and what you study and what your practice includes.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm a graphic design major. Technically a fourth year, but you know the vibe, like the third / fourth.
Heading on to your 7th year in the
my
plan.
20th year, just my undergrad. I do a lot of like, not the typical like branding and things like that. I do a lot of like vector art, and I like to do illustration and painting. Cool. I know, Miss Illustration major, but yeah, lots of silly design work.
Amazing. Yeah. That's what we need more. Everything is very minimalist and boring. So we need people like you that are fun and exciting.
Wow.
So today we're gonna do some painting. You can follow along at home. All you need is a surface of some kind. It could be a canvas. It could be the back of your cat. It could be a napkin, whatever you want. We're gonna do something called painting with feeling, which is basically letting your mind control what colors, what shapes you're gonna use, and pretty much guide the entire work. So we're gonna start with a little bit of deep breathing and just relaxing, and then we're gonna get right into it. So I will invite you all to sit straight up, 2 feet on the floor, and just take couple deep breaths. So in through the nose and out through the mouth. And this is just gonna really help you ground yourself and let your body settle into your environment and really rest with the feelings and sensations that you've been dealing with this week, this month, whatever it is. So we'll do one more of those. Awesome. So you can get your paints, you can get your canvas, and we're gonna get started together. All right, so I think I'm gonna start with some blue. Call me Picasso. I'm in a period and it's blue.
Oh, blue period.
So I think I'm just gonna go for it.
You know what?
What are you gonna start with?
I'm feeling we're gonna do some pink.
Pink?
Let me grab a big boy.
Grab a big boy brush.
Yeah.
A big boy brush. I feel like I just love painting. I'm just gonna start with that. And that is such a like basic take. But like as soon as I put my brush down in some color and just went for it, I'm in another universe. See, I love that. That is gorgeous.
It's just like such a beautiful little pink.
Like you could finish that right now and I'd be like absolutely
gorgeous.
Done.
Abstract. Amazing.
Stunning. Do you paint a lot?
Yeah, no, I like, just as you were talking, like this feeling of the brush on the canvas, I haven't had this feeling in a really long time. Just because being in design, I don't get a lot of time to do, the stuff I used to do.
I mean, when I was on Podcast, they were talking about how we should be making the drawing and painting courses more like mainstream, so people have to take it.
Yeah.
But then there's people in your program that are like, I have never once drawn a banana
in my life. Yeah.
I do not know. I don't know how to do it. So I wonder.
Design is like there's a huge mix of kids that'll be like, oh my God, I'm an amazing illustrator, and then others that will be like, I can't do a stick figure. I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
So I understand the mentality of not wanting us to take any drawing and painting classes,
But it becomes tough when you have so many mandatory courses.
Yes.
And you can't begin to fit those things in.
Yeah, what you want.
That's when it gets a little
sad.
A little sad and a little frustrating.
A little sad.
Oh, I absolutely have time for this yellow.
Look at her.
That yellow. That is wow. Wow. I feel like because in illustration we have so many painting classes, it becomes extremely difficult not to completely allow your mood to influence your palette. Like I find that I'm always painting with these like darkish greens and reds.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if that has to do with my mood.
Your mood.
Oh. But it's like, it's interesting to walk around the class and see the colors that most people gravitate towards, right? Like, it's always really different. I know you were telling me you're taking an experimental
I am.
watercolor
Class.
Have you used watercolors before?
I have. In high school, it's funny you say color. I was like my teacher, he used to be like, what the hell is wrong with you? Like, why are you choosing these colors for your paintings?
Abomination. Abomination.
Kicked out of high school.
Literally.
But I got him on board eventually, and then I became that kid that was like always using the wrong color for everything, but it ended up turning out.
It ended up somehow working, yeah.
I'm definitely, how you were saying, like your mood affecting your palette.
And it's like, you know, you're kind of oblivious to that in the first couple
100%.
years. But then you get into like fourth year painting classes, and it's just like, it's how come like every painting is turning out looking the same? In terms of like color palette and stuff like that. And it's like, even when I try to like limit my palette to a certain like 3 colors, then I look at the painting and I'm like, something's missing here. Where's my ochre yellow? Let me pick that up again.
Do you feel like that's something you've had to like sway yourself away from in thesis, or is that something you're able to embrace in your thesis?
Definitely, it's something I want to embrace because my theme does have some pretty dark undertones. So it's important to have those kinds of colors, but there's also the aspect of my thesis that is like super vibrant and super fun and playful. So like, I want to try and play into that. So it's almost like a mix of these like darkish greens, turquoise, and then like neon pinks and like really light blues and stuff like that, which actually I'm gonna add in here because right now in this moment I'm feeling very vibrant, and I'm feeling very pink, and I'm
cute. Oh, look at that, how gorgeous.
Look at that, that's just like a burst of excitement right there. I love this. I really like these pinks. That's nice. So what's your intent for like graduation? Are you gonna do summer and then another whole fall winter semester, or are you like
that's the
heading
plan
out?
Like, I know that there's a lot of mixed feelings about thesis, especially amongst the design majors, because even like I think most design kids like going to GradX, but when you speak to a design major, it's like there's no point in us doing it. It's only for the fine art students.
Right. That's really interesting.
Which is interesting because you kind of like go into OCAD expecting like, okay, I'm going to do my 3 years and then I'm going to do thesis. Yeah. But it's been a journey for me deciding if I'm going to do it or not. And I don't think I am.
Yeah.
And I think
it's a lot of expectations.
It's a lot. And I think like the fact that no one really talks about like we can still participate in GradX without doing thesis.
Yeah.
So that you know, that's kind of the way I want to go.
Yeah. I find that I start with these like bubbly round shapes, and then I end up like going spiky and making things spiky.
Spiky?
Yeah. Whereas like you seem like you're doing lots of very like curvy, wavy.
Yes. I like my like. I just like the feeling in my wrist.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Maybe there's something physical about it too, right? Like, it does have that like emotional like color theory therapy, but then it also has that aspect of like you're actually moving something around, and kind of that sort of matches maybe the ebb and flow of your mood.
How you feel.
But let's talk about some themes that you see in your work, and like what do you tend to gravitate towards when you work in your subject?
For me, I come from a very religious background, and my religious background is something that I still like, you know, hold very near and dear to me. Like Ramadan Mubarak, I'm fasting, to anyone who's fasting. But I have a lot of mixed feelings in there as well that took a long time for me to like come to terms with.
Right.
Like in high school, we do a big exhibition. I took AP Art for any Americans, but my theme was called Coming to Terms With, and I made a bunch of paintings that were just about how my religious identity kind of clashes with my actual personal identity. So
Interesting.
I think that's why I
Like when it comes to like beliefs and things?
yeah, when it comes to beliefs and how I present myself.
Mm-hmm.
And I still think like I don't like to be like I don't like to share things like that pretty directly. So
Yeah.
I think that's why I tend to lean towards more abstract-y
Yeah.
kind of vibes.
I think in that way it can connect with more people though. Like I find that with pretty much all abstract or just like non strictly representational work, like it becomes easier for other people to relate to it, but also to like feel it,
Yeah.
you know, and be like, oh yeah, like I've felt that color before.
Yeah, no,
or that
I felt
shape,
that color, yeah.
or especially when you see it tied into like even a title like that. What was the title again?
Coming to terms.
Coming to terms.
Yeah.
Like that's a big title, and that could apply to many different areas of people's lives and stuff. So that's a really cool topic, and it's like I even see that when you're in my wayfinding design class, and we had to make a personal space map. So we had to choose like a space in our life that we felt like we experienced a lot of different things in it. And it's like even with a topic like that, like I see religion kind of surfacing and different like shapes and colors that sort of resonate with you in that sense, sort of like appear. And I think that's really cool.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
Nice.
Me not knowing how to reply to anything. But
Okay, I like it.
I love it.
I like it, Picasso.
I like it.
I'm
But
liking those shapes.
yeah, here is the representation of my mood. Feeling very muddy and stressed at the moment,
Yeah.
but there are little things that are good for me right now.
Yeah,
So,
there's like a little bit of it like a halo
Yeah.
almost.
yeah.
I kind of see
What's
that.
your
Like
vibe?
there's some, like there's a similar like muddiness and like an urgency, I think, with some of the neons. Like there's a lot of really bright, captivating, explosive things going on.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I think I'm using some of these pastels
Yeah.
to sort of like navigate it a little bit and keep it a little bit subdued, trying to like contain it
Yeah.
in a shape. I
feel
don't know what the
like-
shape is though. We're gonna see. It's kind of giving. It's giving fruit bowl.
No, kind of. I feel like
Call me Suzanne. It's giving fruit bowl.
stop. I'm always impressed by your paintings because you have this very like you go into it very like I feel like confidence is the wrong word. I think you are confident with it, but I also think it's like you don't know what you're doing, but at the same time you do know what you're doing. Like something will always come out of it if that makes any sense.
There's definitely like there's comfort in knowing, like especially at the end of this like school year.
Yeah.
I've gotten like validation and support
Yeah.
from professors in terms of that kind of process. So I don't feel like, oh shit, I don't know what I'm doing. It's like maybe I'm just taking a more experimental approach.
Yeah, totally.
And then kind of refining things. And I think that's totally okay.
No, for sure.
Because it's scary when you like look around the room of the class and you're like, how come mine don't be
looks
looking
crazy? Yeah.
Mine doesn't look like that. It's a little nerve-wracking, but I really appreciate that because it does take time to come out of that box that you like set for yourself. And I know you know this, like any high school class or even some OCAD classes are like, you're gonna do this and it's gonna look exactly like what you're seeing.
Yep.
And it's like I can feel like that can be a very toxic sort of mindset. So like I think if I could describe my painting and just like my art from this entire year, I think I would say breaking free.
Aww.
Like I feel like I'm kind of emerging from like this box of
Yeah.
being so representational because it becomes harder to tell a message or it becomes boring to tell a message if it's all so straightforward and so easy to read.
Yeah.
And it's more intriguing, even for myself, when I can let myself take risks and do things
Just
like
go
that.
for it.
So,
Yeah. No, totally.
yeah, that's why I love painting. And I think like this is a great example of like usually I don't talk when I paint. So this is also really new
Like,
and exciting for
yeah.
me because usually I'm not able to really justify some of the decisions I'm making here. But even while I'm talking through it, I'm like, yeah, there's chaos.
Do a little here,
But then there's
a little
pesto.
there.
Like, I can
Yeah.
relax, you know. We got our new couch. If
Look
any-
at this couch.
If anybody noticed, we got a new couch. It's a super sensitive couch.
Feeling a little spoiled.
Feeling spoiled.
Feeling spoiled.
We have lots of room here, and I love this color. But yeah, this is a very therapeutic process, and I'm so happy that you are here with me,
Oh, I'm so happy to be here.
enjoying this with
Yes.
me. This is so fun.
It's like, as soon as you pulled the paints out, like, I felt like a little, like, panic. And, like, wait, let me explain. This, like, I'm very, like, perfectionist. I don't like people seeing my work until it's, like,
100%.
yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
And I have never been one to, like, be like, oh, let's do a little, like, wine and paint night. Like, I'm like, I don't... Like
Well,
I'm just gonna have a meltdown.
said that. Let me grab the 92 vintage Prosecco back.
I'm waiting. But I think, like, as the years have gone by, especially with OCAD, where it's that mindset where it's like, this is literally what our professor said, but better done than perfect. Like, that's been a really big thing for me that I've had to, and I'm still trying to, like, get to that place where I'm like, okay, it's okay if it's not exactly what I want.
It's more about, like, I guess the substance of what you do have.
Yeah.
And being able to, like, make something that is maybe the beginnings of something else.
Yeah.
But still, like, still speaking in its own right.
Yeah.
You know? And that's a big, like, that's a big break.
Okay.
She's fine.
She's fine.
That's a big difference between, like, fine art discipline and, like, design discipline. Because I feel like if a fine art piece is not done, like, you're gonna know.
Yeah.
But a design piece, you know, maybe
There's,
there's a
like,
hint.
Yeah. There's a little something
Maybe
here
that's,
and
like,
there.
really insensitive and,
No, it's
like,
not.
super
Okay.
anti-fine art.
Not gonna lie, like,
Speak it. Say your truth.
I'm gonna speak
What's
my
your truth?
Design is stupid. I don't. All of these design majors, all of us are like, no one really knows what they're doing, and like, even now as a fourth year, like, I'm sure that there's a select few of, like, great GD majors that are perfect and know what's up, but I think a lot of us don't really know what design is. We're kind of just.
Did your
slapping
professors, like,
things
also
on.
start with, like, a what is design?
Yes.
Did
And
they?
like, it was more so of, like, the only answer that I could really get from that, because it was in our first year courses, was design is a process. And I was able to take something away from that, but it's never a concrete, like, answer, you know?
Yeah.
Which is why the program is confusing and scary and frustrating and annoying sometimes.
Yeah, because I feel like there's a lot of different ways that people might be taking it.
Yes.
And people, I don't know, like, there's a lot of different ways that the work could go. And it's like, I'm always so interested to hear stuff like that. And, like, go to the, I hope some of your colleagues are going to be doing that.
No, for sure.
Like, I always am interested to see what they're doing. Like, I was talking to some people who are like, oh yeah, I'm doing my thesis, but, like, I'm not going to present it. And I was like, oh, why not? And they're like, oh, it's just, like, a 40-page paper.
That's the thing.
So I'm like, then print it out.
Then print it and let me look through it.
Let me read it.
A lot of kids are like, no one's going to sit here and read a zine. Like, girl, I will. I will.
Just, like, put them out on a table.
Yeah.
There has to be some sort of way to display all these different types of
Design
works and stuff
work.
like that.
Yeah.
I'm starting to realize that our paintings are looking a little similar. Like, we both
shit.
kind of have...
Well, mine's a little goofy looking. But
what if we
wait.
attach them?
We should make them. Yeah, wait.
Okay.
Yeah.
Unintentional diptych moment.
Stop. When I drop it on the sofa.
Okay, guys, we're starting the running auction bid at 700,000 US. US. You can find it on Sotheby's. No, I do really like this. This is amazing. I just love your energy, and I feel like you have a really amazing sense of humor and this like lighthearted disposition.
Oh my God, stop.
That just like I don't know. It just okay. I'll stop. It just makes you really fun to be around, and I think that's really why I wanted you here today because I don't know. We could have like a fun little silly chat.
Yeah, just a girls chat.
And just a girls chat. So if you're a
Just
man,
girls chat,
get off.
sorry, but
right
like,
now.
This is like my Miss Andrew podcast.
Yeah. This is like Wendy Williams kind of.
Stop. Death to all of them.
Death to all of them. Anyway, I would like to thank you for coming on today.
No, yeah.
I really appreciate
Are you kidding
it.
me? Thank you for inviting me.
I think that's all the time we have, but
Yeah.
let's see the masterpiece. Oh my God, your hands are covered in paint.
Are they?
Perfect.
Oh my God.
Love it.
Wow.
Okay. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you.
And we'll see you next time on the Super Sensitive Show. You can follow us over here. Bye.
You're cute, James.
I'm giving road.